Okay, quick upload real quick. It is January 12th, Thursday at 1:55 p.m. in the afternoon in the East Coast United States. Let me get the disclaimer out of the way real quick. I'm not a financial advisor. This is going to be used as to be used as entertainment, and to please do your own research. So everybody probably has some FOMO right now with Bitcoin at right now as I'm broadcasting at 18,826. This is a pre-recorded recording on which I will upload in a few minutes. And the big news is we are broke above this 21 moving average. Let me just get this line out of the way because it was kind of going down and we are right now above it. So, I've been talking about this a long time when, the big picture for Bitcoin is, when we're above the 21 moving average on the weekly, we're in a bull trend. And then when we're below it, we're in a downtrend. So this is the first time, well, we had a fake out here back in, let's say March of 2022. So about a year ago, we quickly came back down it 2 weeks later, and we have been below that line ever since. And so now we're poking our head about it right now. The big picture for me is still, don't fight the Fed. The Fed is supposed to be increasing rates February 1st, so about 3 weeks from now. And I had a link to that up here somewhere. Probably 25 basis points. It could be up to half a basis point. We'll just wait and see. But I think, there's rallies to be expected. The S&P 500 is doing quite well. We were coming down, and then for whatever reason, the market's rallied. If it's going to be 3 weeks from now before the Fed's raise rates, there's this green moving average, for the S&P 500 go up to, looks like 4,200. And we're right now about 4,000. Let's see what a percent increase that would be. That would be an increase of, 5 or 6%. We can get there within 3 weeks. And then even though the market's priced in what Fed Powell, might be raising interest rates, I think it always happens that when the news actually hits, then the markets tend to roll over, even though they think it's priced in. So this could just be a rally until February 1st. And then I think they're going to raise rates again probably in March. So I guess the CPI inflation report came out, 6.5%, which is a nothing burger. We were kind of expecting that. But the markets is at up 0.67% today. And, looks like, let's see now, how far down do we come? No. So my plan hasn't changed, right? I had those buy orders for Bitcoin, way down here somewhere. And it's probably another chart. And I said I would hodl, and when we break above the 21 weekly moving average, I'll wait until see what the market's doing, and that's what I'm doing right now. With the 3 weeks from now, with the rate increase on February 1st, I think the market's going to roll over, and you'll have a second chance to buy Bitcoin maybe at a retest of the 21 weekly moving average at the very least. So let's see, if we go back here, back when we had a double top here, or was it way back here even? But generally, let's see, we broke it through here for the first time, and we had a retest and actually went below it, retested 200 moving average before going back up. So, the first time you break the 21 week moving average, I think there could be a good chance that we have a retest. So, let's take a look what happened back here. Although the first time we broke it here, it really did skyrocket. We went up way, way too fast. And of course, we went up too fast. It came back down, COVID crash. But, with the rates, are going to continue to increase to keep inflation at around 2%. And we're at 6.5%, like more than triple of what the Fed wants. I think there's going to still be some more downward pressure. So there was this YouTube video here by Coin Bureau posted a day ago. He goes into more, they've got to crush people's investments so they spend less and keep inflation down. If people keep spending more, the inflation is going to keep going up. So check out that video. That video is also posted a link in my Twitter page. And, I still have pinned since November 3rd. Don't fight the Fed, and then rule number 2 is see rule number 1. I'm still sticking to that, but the way I can stick to that without being too stressed out is, I feel like, I want a FOMO win now. I know the price is going up too much, but with my hodl bag of crypto, it's going up really nice. I'm not complaining, even though I wish I could have bought more Bitcoin below 16,000. I still want cash in case we test those lows again, so I can always buy the dip. And if we continue to go up, my portfolio is going to increase at a much faster rate than I would be able to put money into buying more crypto. So it's really minuscule or small. So that's my plan still. But it is nice just to know that we're above the 21-week moving average, and there's just so many indicators. Let me just put this on the monthly. Let's say the RSI, the MACD. Everything's kind of pointing that we are, the momentum is shifting to being bullish. So, we could have still lower lows if people believe we're, in a recession. I see headlines about banks saying, we're going to be in a global, recession this year. But, I think, Powell with raising interest rates, I just don't see the market making new highs. But it's nice to accumulate Bitcoin at these lower levels. Let's see what we have. This is the ADXDI. Generally, if this green stays above the red, that's kind of bullish, and then when the red is above the green, that's bearish. And we're getting really close. We had a fake out here back in March again, 2022. Looked like we were going to cross. We didn't, and we had more downturn in price for Bitcoin. So will we flip above this red? Only time will tell. But it'll be a nice indicator, nonetheless, to see that flip. So let's see what else we have. RSI. This is the weekly. Let me put it on like the 2 week. I put that on auto. So generally, when we're above this yellow line on the RSI, we are in a bull trend, and below it, we're in a downtrend. And it looks like we're trying to break above that line. Oh, we did. That's a pretty nice break right there. So another indicator that we could be at the very start of a bull run. And of course, the MACD. Oh, that's not it. Let me click the wrong one there. This one here. We got it's crossing here, bullish. If we could just stay above this line, it'll be, we'll be in a bull trend. I think we could have a fake out. We could be crossing and everybody's FOMOing in the next 3 weeks if the Powell raises rates, or he will most likely, and the market could dump again. Especially if he raises it more than 25 basis points. Let's say he raises it 50 basis points, and we still have another increase in March. So I'm just being patient, but everything's like the momentum is full steam bullish right now. So I'm just gonna, I don't like buying and selling because of, taxes and stuff. That's why I like to buy and hold. And that's still my plan. So, the ADXI, looking for that bullish cross with the green line going over the red, the MACD, you got the, looks like a bullish cross there, or it's going to be bullish cross if it hasn't crossed already. The dollar index is going down yet again. It was at 103, 102. So let's just kind of look at this without looking at the price, right? We'll just look at like the moving averages and stuff. So we got a peak of the orange lines here, a lower peak here, and we're lower peak here. So we keep going lower, 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 kind of like where this red trend line is, which I haven't changed for probably a year now. And, we could start rolling over, right? This could be the third peak, it'll be lower than this previous peak. So, the dollar is eventually going to go down over time. So this shouldn't be surprising. So, if we have another major downtrend, like we had back from 2002 to 2008, that would be just great for Bitcoin and assets in general. Like if hard assets like stocks or whatever. But I don't think there's a harder asset in the world right now than Bitcoin or Million Token for that matter, because it's a fixed supply. and it's fairly evenly distributed amongst the community at this time. So don't get too confused with the price. Sometimes it's just good to hide the price and just look where the trend is going. So what we did have this really high peak on the fears of recession, and now I think people kind of over that perhaps. But we'll wait and see. We have to, if we break this white line, this trend line down here, that would be also very, 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 very good that we've broken out of this upward trend channel. But that won't be probably until, oh wow, it could be a year from now. It says March 24, but we'll wait and see. This is on the monthly chart, so each one of these candles is 1 month, so it could be a while. So Bitcoin here. Oh yeah, this is my delivered orders and stuff. I don't think anything else is new here. Nothing's changed. I do like these the bands here, the red and the green bands. I've seen Crypto Zombie. You can see his channel. He's very, very popular channel. I think he's a great YouTuber, by the way. This is a free logarithmic regression you put on the weekly. I'm not too fond of this simply because, if you put it on, this is the BLX chart, but if you put that same indicator, let's say on Bitcoin on the Bitstamp chart, it looks different, right? It's all wonky over here, and you can see it. We don't really go in the green, but if you put this on the Brave New Coin BLX chart, it seems to fit better. It doesn't really, the chart doesn't go really with the numbers from the values from the chart. So I think it's best if you're going to use this, because it's a free chart, by the way, to use it on the BLX, the weekly chart, if you want to use it. But personally, I don't want a graph just because somebody kind of drew it the best fit. Although, it does look pretty good. Looks like we can go down lower according to this chart, but that's why I kind of prefer to use this one. The numbers that reflect the chart, you can put it on the daily, the weekly, the monthly. It's always going to fit. And the person that did this, Benjamin Cohen, it's a paid thing if you're a member. He's got a high degree in college for, I think, PhD in mathematics or something. So he knows his stuff, and he's probably going to be updating this as he sees fit. So, and we are below the green here, below the green band, which is just a great buying opportunity. I am still under the impression that the worst is not over, but it is great to see Bitcoin above the 21 moving average. And let's see now. Let me zoom in here, because I also said it's got to be above this 21 moving exponential 2. So that could be acting as resistance as we're approaching that. There was another thing I noticed that, let me just review some of these lines real quick. So this red line is the 200 weekly moving average, which is, very, very common. We've normally caught support on that in the past for support, right? And then we didn't here, but the next line was the 300 moving average, which we caught support during the COVID crash, right? And with the FTX crash, we went through that. We got caught on the support on the 350 moving average, right? 1-2 times there. Maybe you can count that as a third. And then below that, I've got the 400 moving average, which is Bitcoin's at around like 14,000 at today's price. So, will we come back down and retest the 350 moving average at around 16,000, give or take? I would say yes, if fears of recession, come in, if he raises rates, Powell raises rates and causes the asset prices of the stock market to continue to go down. We've seen, Amazon and Tesla get crushed, Facebook and Netflix in the past. Their stock prices got hammered pretty hard. Tech stocks in general probably got hammered pretty hard. Amazon's laying off, thousands of people. So I'm sure they're foreseeing less deliveries, less purchases, less growth. So there's that. But where we are now, we're at the resistance of the 21 weekly moving average, exponential average, and then also this 350 weekly moving average, which I also posted on Twitter earlier today or yesterday. In fact, let me just go to my Twitter page. Is there anything here? Yeah, I think I posted that here 10 hours ago. Yeah, Lebanon, people, getting locked out of the banks, can't get their money. This guy shooting at the bank. That was kind of interesting. Powell, we all know that the Fed controls, monetary policy and asset prices. And I don't think there's too much going on my Twitter page, so I'll close that out. Be sure to check out Coin Bureau's yesterday's video on what he thinks the Fed's doing or going to be doing. And let's take one last look at the S&P 500. And we are at the top of this channel. We could go a little higher with the momentum in the charts now. It feels like it can go higher, especially if we don't have any bad news on the rates 3 weeks from now. We'll see. We'll just wait and see on that. So because of that bad news I see in the 3 weeks, I'm not tempted to buy Bitcoin right at this very moment. If we go up and we test that 21 moving average, I will take a look what I see, in the markets at that time. Probably, it could be 2 or 3 weeks after February 1st if the market decides to go down after the rates go up, interest rates go up. So when will I most certainly buy assets again? Probably if we get above this green line. That would be 4,200 for the S&P 500, and Bitcoin's probably above. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Now we had the FTX crash, so there's going to be major resistance at around price of like $22,000. That would be nice if we can get above that, and then we'd be, we could always have this like weekly exponential ribbon to act as resistance. We haven't even gotten to there yet. Probably like 26,000 or so. I don't know. I got a big hodl bag, so I'll be like making a lot of money if we get up there. But I'd like to really get above 20,000. We're already basically at 19,000 now. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling the FOMO, but I'm also very patient. I got a big bag of crypto, so I don't think I need to FOMO in dollar costing averaging, especially if we've been up so much. It's in the last day or two, we really went parabolic since somewhere around beginning of January. We just started going up. I don't see a red candle, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles straight. So that's an increase of about 15%. Yeah, you don't really want to be buying when it's going parabolic. So, I like to buy when the price comes down, which we'll just wait. I'm going to wait and see until after February 1st. Let's see what the markets do. The markets can rally all the way up until the day of, and then when he makes that announcement, you're going to see that crash. And it'll be like back and forth a bit. I saw on somebody's channel, I think it was Crypto Zombie, about the death, this up and down movement. He must have had it on a really small time frame, but this one looks pretty interesting. Look at that wick that went all the way down and a wick that all the way up. That's usually a sign that they're just like clearing out and liquidating everybody that's using leverage. And then, probably the market's going to go up because of the indicators I showed you on the MACD and the RSI. And everything's kind of showing that the market just wants to push forward up for Bitcoin. But that could all change if the stock market decides to go down and the risk off assets is back in people's minds. But it's good to see that because, after that shakeout on the leverage, we had this giant candle on the 30-minute. In 30 minutes, it went up like 3%. Yeah. Wow, that's really fast. So, it looks like it's going to continue to go up, maybe all the way up to 19,200 fairly soon. But what are we doing with Bitcoin? Million token, I know a couple of days ago it was below $2. Was it? Yeah, like yesterday. And we're back above $2. It doesn't take a lot to swing the price of a million tokens. So, if I had $1,000, you'd push that price up to $2.17. If I had $100, it's at, what will it be? Looks like it's trying to think. I think it was $2.08 last I checked. Let me refresh it. I don't know why it's so slow. Well, you could play around with that with Uniswap. I actually got to reverse this, select token. So I'll put like $100. What would it says it's fetching price $2.10. If I had $1,000, $2.17. So you can see, just it's not going to take a lot of money to push this price up quite a bit. But speaking about Million Token, by the way, you can get all these links over at milliontoken.org, where it has all the links to the bridges and how to buy a Million Token and all that. Which there's been a lot of questions about bridging. So if you want to bridge your Million Token from Polygon, you hit Polygon, and then there's a link here to the bridge. Avalanche, you could bridge there too. And the Binance Smart Chain. Those are probably the popular ones. So the pool is at 9.69%. It's probably going to run dry in a week. So I think next weekend it will run dry. Saturday is give or take 2 days. I don't know. Maybe no longer because people might be pulling out their Million Token before it dries up. But that's going to be a huge selling pressure. So next week or a couple of days, so let's say 10 days from now, if the pool does run dry, there's going to be a certain percentage of people that are just going to sell. So that'll probably bring the price back to $2 or lower, because we're at $2 now. So Bitcoin continue to go up in a bull run. It might take a while before we find the floor again for Million Token, because of the people that are in the pool that don't believe in the project anymore. Will sell for whatever reason. I would have, if I were them, I would have sold before the end of the year in the United States, because then you could at least write it off as a tax write-off with your gains or your income up to $3,000 or whatever. So again, this is not financial advice, but if you were going to sell, the time to have done it would have been before December 31st. But just keep that in mind, that we could have a huge amount of selling pressure. Huge. I mean, huge. Because there's like 300,000 tokens in here, like 34% of the supply or something like that. Last I checked. No new news on the government proposals, but it's there. I know some people have messaged me about issues. I'm like, well, just take it up with the government's proposal. Like, if I mean, we've been using it lately for like people weren't happy with the admins or something like that in Telegram or Discord. You could have make a proposal, have them removed. Half the time they get removed and half the time they stay. So you just never know. That's the news. A Million Token. The main thing is the pool probably will run dry next weekend, and that will add some selling pressure. It'd be nice to just say, hey, they've held on this long. Well, why would you sell at $2? Which is my belief. And you can still write it off at the end of this year, December 2023, if it's not going anywhere. But like I said, the momentum seems to be going up for Bitcoin. Looking at the MACD, the RSI, like I said, we'll know by the end of January. Probably after February 1st, the day after the January, where the market's going. I said that before my last video. I still stand by it, but it's just good to report some good news again, that we're above the 21 moving average. But I think there probably will be a retest, as history has shown in the past. So if you like this content, give me a like, subscribe, comment down below, and please share. Thanks so much. Everybody have a great day.